How I became disciplined. This first picture here, at the time I was like calling myself a gym junkie and shit, but I'd keep falling in this like vicious cycle of Monday to Friday, gym, weekend rolls around and I just engage in these bad habits like drinking alcohol, staying up late, and just honestly, just digging myself in a deep hole. This was a very like shit time in my life. Always struggled with like confidence, felt really insecure, and thought I was disciplined because I go to the gym, but it really just wasn't the case. Fast forward now to 2024, feeling a lot more confident and just happy with my overall situation. I've honestly become so much more like educated with what discipline actually is, and I just can't wait to teach you all the lessons and learnings I've learned throughout this like quick little 4-year period. First off, why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Adrian. I've been training in the gym for 6+ years. I've experienced what it is like to be extremely lazy and procrastinate all day. It feels purposeful for me to help others strive for improvement in all areas of self-development. Finally, I'm proud of the progress in which I've made in this journey and feel like sharing it with you will only help accelerate your very own progress. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to this channel to get these full-length educational guides more often on your homepage instead of like the shitty clickbait entertainment videos you're so used to watching every single night, in which after you finish watching, you're like, bro, why'd I just waste my time watching that? That had zero value. Subscribe to this channel, just purely educational content. My goal is to help you just accelerate your own progress and just be able to skip levels at a much more faster pace than what the younger Adrian was able to. My promise to you is that at the end of this video, you will not only learn what drastically helped me become more disciplined, but you'll feel way more motivated to take action and become equipped with the education needed to implement these learnings in your own life. So there's 3 parts of this video. 1, attack the dawn. 2, purpose layers. And 3, quit being a slave. Number 1, attack the dawn. Make it the priority, no distractions, and flow state. So what really helped me in just trying to make progress and become disciplined with whatever new habit I was attacking at the time was 1, make it the priority. So with gym, for me to not only become disciplined with gym, but to just have it in my routine, the younger me just became obsessed with it and honestly put it above everything else, just made it the priority. 90% of my daily, day-to-day thoughts was purely just about gym. Call me extreme, but if you want to make something that's honestly part of your lifestyle for the rest of your existence, you have to make it the priority for just a short period of time to pass like that initial phase of it requiring discipline. Because when you're not making something the main priority, it's like, bro, you're just going to half-ass it and you're probably just going to be so inconsistent with it. A good example of this, when I wanted to start making videos, whether it be YouTube or TikTok videos, the younger me would always be like, oh, I'll just make this video after work. I won't do it first thing in the morning when my brain's the most freshest. I'll procrastinate throughout my day. I'll go to work, hate what I'm doing, then come home and maybe I might make a video. No, that's just not the most optimal way of doing things. When you keep delaying something, keep pushing it back, what makes you think you're going to smash the hardest task later in the day where you're just more tired, you have more distractions, you're just a whole lot less likely to accomplish it. Make it the priority, whether it be gym, making videos, etc. The best thing to do to just become more disciplined and make it set in stone that you're going to do this is attack the dawn. Get it done first thing in the morning, where there is no distractions and you're a whole lot more likely to be in your flow state. When you're in your flow state, feel like the work you're doing is just so much more purposeful and fulfilling to you. You're going to get so much more work done. When you have more dedicated moments day by day, week by week of when you're in this flow state, this is when you make real progress. This is when you go through that phase of, yeah, it requires discipline to you actually love what you're doing. It's like me making videos. I didn't like making videos at first. I thought it was hard. I thought it required a lot of discipline. But it comes to a point in which, oh, I actually have a lot of fun doing this now. I'm going to keep doing this. Same thing with gym. It'll come to a point where it takes you more discipline to take a rest day than go to the gym because you just love going to the gym. This is probably one of the most important lessons I've learned over my last like 4 to 5 years is attack the dawn. Wake up and smash the hardest task first. When you have the most energy, you have the most brain power, you have the least amount of distractions, because let's be real, if you can aim to just get 1 hour of deep work done first thing in the morning, not only are all your friends are asleep, the group chats are so not even active, or like external noises, your siblings, family, the rest of the house is asleep, you can just smash the first hardest task and make so much more progress compared to that younger you who would just procrastinate and leave it end of the day, in which was just the most stupidest thing you could have been doing. Attack the dawn, make it the priority, no distractions, and get into your flow state much more often. And eventually this habit, in which requires discipline, honestly in the future, it probably won't. You'll just love doing it. Number 2, we have purpose layers. It won't always be hard. Just show up and seek discomfort. I hate all these teenagers who say, oh, I'm so disciplined. I've been going to the gym for 3 years. It's like, bro, yes, at first, I'm not saying the initial stages, it doesn't require discipline. Obviously, if a new fat guy going to the gym, yeah, it's going to take him a fuckload of discipline to stick with it for a prolonged period of time. But after the first like 6 to 12 months, after that, it's almost like, oh, I love going to the gym. I love how I feel at the gym. I feel a lot more confident in the gym. I love the pumps I get in the gym. I love progress in the gym. It's like, no, gym doesn't require discipline if I like doing it. Yes, still do it. I'm not saying stop going gym, stop working out. Yes, keep building muscle, but realize and be aware of the fact that you constantly going to the gym and not doing anything else with your life, like not trying to improve in any other areas, whether it be social skills, mental health, etc. You're not really going to improve yourself that much if you just keep staying in your comfort zone, right? That's why I mentioned here, seek discomfort. Seek discomfort and have the understanding that it won't always be hard. This is a really huge motivational quote. If you can be aware of the fact that it won't always be hard, you're probably going to be a whole lot more likely to stick with it in the long run and continuously show up. It's like the younger Adrian would always say to himself, okay, I know fuck all about gym, but if I can just keep showing up and force myself to learn day by day, I know the future me from, let's say, 1 to 2 years from now. It's almost like that future me. He's going to be a whole lot more disciplined, and he's just going to have gym set in stone in his routine. He's going to love going to gym. He's going to think this is easy. It's just this initial phase where, oh, yeah, I like going to gym. First time in the gym, this is fun. But then they just stop, and they just become so inconsistent because they stop showing up. They don't have the understanding and awareness that this is a habit in which is a lifestyle change. For you to make it a lifestyle change, you just got to keep showing up every single day and realize that it won't always be hard. The future you will love going to the gym. He'll love getting a pump. If you want to continue growing, seek discomfort. So what's a good example for this? I loved always going to the gym, but how could I accelerate my physical progress? How could I improve my muscle recovery? What's a habit in which required discipline and I didn't really like doing? I identified this, and it turns out it was stretching after the end of every workout. So I wrote a goal. How can I become more disciplined? Okay, if I can stretch 10 minutes at the end of every single workout, not only will this improve my muscle recovery, not only will this speed up my muscle building ability, but it's another habit in which improves and increases my discipline trait. Same like whole process. I went through this phase of, oh, I hate stretching, but a matter of time, literally after 2-3 weeks, guess what? I actually started having a lot of fun stretching. It felt so purposeful, me improving my flexibility every single week. And I honestly just had a lot more fun doing it. Be a constant learner and constantly be aware of yourself that I need to keep putting myself in uncomfortable situations and seek discomfort if I want to keep improving and building my discipline trait. That's how you're truly going to grow. Keep asking yourself, what's the next purpose layer I can peel? My first purpose layer was going to the gym. My next purpose layer was stretching at the end of every workout. My next purpose layer was I want to be able to record better videos, but I need to be able to speak better. So, okay, I'm going to have the discipline to read a book every single week. As a guy, you're constantly looking for what my next purpose layer is to becoming a better version of yourself for improving your discipline trait. And finally, number 3, we have quit being a slave. Everyone has bad habits. As you can see here, me eating some Macca's, I think, $1 hamburger. Look how bad my skin looks, bro. Disgusting. Everyone has bad habits. What will you do about it today? Cold turkey or progressive overload? We all have our bad habits that control us, whether it be video games, fapping, junk food, etc. But if you want to become more disciplined and you keep asking yourself, how do I stop these habits? I don't know what to do, but I'm just going to keep doing it. You got to genuinely ask yourself, what will you do about it today? How will you make progress today in which will make the future you a lot more healthier, disciplined, confident, etc. Genuinely ask yourself, what will you do about it today? Well, if you're not really aware of like what to do, my best advice is that there's 2 approaches in which you can take. 1, cold turkey. Let's say you have a habit of eating junk food 6 times a week and you want to reduce the amount of times you're eating junk food, but you don't know how. You keep falling into this cycle every single week. Cold turkey is when you go from, let's say, eating junk food 6 times a week to 0 instantly. Yes, you're going to see a whole lot of progress extremely fast, but the cons to this approach is that it requires so much more discipline. The withdrawal symptoms and like cravings you're going to get when you make this flip of the switch, they're going to be so heightened, and it's a really extreme route to take. I'm not saying you can't accomplish it. A lot of people have actually accomplished it. It's just that it's a very small percentage of people. And for you, if you feel like you keep relapsing, you keep falling into these habits week by week, and you've tried just stopping it completely and it doesn't really work, well, it's probably not the best option to take. You really need to take a more sustainable approach. What's a much more better approach? Progressive overload. Same principles with gym. The younger me here, 2019 me, I didn't walk into the gym for the first time expecting to bench 100 kilos. My head would get crushed, yeah? I'd get crushed, I'd get destroyed, I'd get hurt. So, if you want to stop a bad habit, you got to take progressive overload steps. So with gym, how did I reach my goal of 100 kilos? I started with the bar. Okay, next session I started with 5 kilo plates, etc. I slowly but surely made incremental changes over a long period of time. It helped me reach the ultimate goal of bench 100 kilos. Same thing with habits. If you want to stop eating junk food, let's say you're eating junk food 6 times a week. How do you make progress? Be aware of the fact that you're eating junk food 6 times a week. Okay, next week, I'm only going to eat junk food 5 times a week. One small incremental change in which you won't really notice like any withdrawal symptoms. It'll still feel like you're eating the same amount, but at the end of the day, you've just made like 5% progress. Get good at that for a week. Okay, next week, 4 times a week, 3 times a week, 2 times a week. Then you go to 1 times a week. You're like asking yourself, bro, I don't need junk food. I'm not letting this control me. I'm going to quit being a slave to eating this poison crap, in which is making me feel shit about myself, in which is making me reach my dream goal take a whole lot longer. When you become not only aware, but when you make these incremental changes every single week and feel purposeful that the fact you're making progress, you're just going to feel a whole lot more motivated to actually stick with it in the long run and almost make it like a lifestyle change. When people do this cold turkey approach, yeah, they might not eat junk food for a week, but then they feel like, oh, that's it, and they accomplish that goal, and they're just going to go back to the old ways. This is a lifestyle change. It's not something that you're going to stop for a week and then indulge in after that week to celebrate. No, stop fucking celebrating, bro. You're not celebrating shit. If you truly want to improve and improve your life, realize this is a lifestyle change. This is the new me. And what's the best approach of doing so? Small incremental steps is ultimately how you can quit being a slave to any of these bad habits you indulge in every single night. I hope this advice was valuable and that it motivates and gives you the education you need to take action in trying to become more disciplined. Leave a comment about any bad habits you're currently trying to break free from down below. And finally, like and subscribe for more videos about self-improvement. I'll see you in the next video. Wapa!